K-Rock, Mid-Atlantic Rock Views, Marmy Rock Show. We have Eric from Shallow Side back with us, and we've done phone interviews before, but I think this is the first in-person one. We might have done a quick shout-out down in Berlin last year. I can't remember, but good to see you again, man.
Thank you.
So, hey, man, tell us about the current tour you're out on. We're here seeing it tonight, and it's a very big and a very cool tour, so let folks know about it.
We're in Hagerstown, Maryland, right? Is it Maryland?
Yep.
All right. It confuses me. Being on tour, like, you just lose track of the days and where you're at. But we're out with Saving Abel right now. This is just the third night of the tour, but it's been good so far. It's been good. It's always good to be around. They're from Mississippi and we're from Alabama, so it's always recipe for disaster, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for a tour.
I was going to ask you about that. I noted, we were talking on the way, and I noted like what I feel are some similarities to the two bands. Do you feel like musically there's some similarities between you guys?
It's hard not to sound a little similar, just simply because of what was playing on their radio station as a kid was the same thing that was played on our radio station as a kid. The same thing that they were being told in church was the same thing we were being told in church, and they carried the same ass whippings we did. So, I mean, it's hard not to be a little, like them. We eat a little healthier. That's simply because we're from Alabama and they're from Mississippi, so that's the thing.
Now, talking
people in Pennsylvania don't eat well either.
It's so funny you would ask that, because one of the questions, I'm going to bump it up in the list, because one of the questions I had when I watched you guys cooking the crawfish that time was being from down south there. Is there a region that has, because you're in Blue Crab, Maryland territory here now, as you guys are on the road nonstop, is there a region of food you love the absolute best, like one town that like, wow, that's the food? I'm
not really a food connoisseur. I am a garbage can. I say that I eat better than them, but they probably, I assume they eat awful, just because they're from Mississippi. But no, I have no preference, or I've never been to a place where I was just like, this is some of the best food ever. I eat everything at any given time. If it's on the plate, I'll eat it. But yeah, that crawfish broil was incredible. Like, it was a feast. It was a big king's feast. It was so much. That was in Louisiana, so that was nice. It's always good to get the local food. So I feel like probably some of the best would have to be probably near the beach. I like seafood, so probably, I don't know, maybe I'm just drunk off the ocean. It could be the vibe there.
So out and about with the Saving Abel guys, and I mentioned some similarities. Have there been any interesting stories with those guys on the road that now that you're out and about with them and hanging out with them a lot?
Yeah, I get confused for being them sometime. Actually, last night, this lady runs up to me and she's shaking, and she's like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, do you remember me?" And I didn't catch on at first, but I was a little confused because we'd never been in that specific area before. And she introduces me to her husband. We take a picture, and then she calls me Scotty, and I have to stop her right in the middle of that. And I was like, "Wait, hold on, I'm not Scotty. That's not me." And I've been confused for a couple of other guys in the band too. So I don't know. All I do know is those guys must really be good-looking young men. That's that. No, just kidding.
Yeah, so there's a music video out there for My Addiction, which is a really cool song, and I've been enjoying watching that video. Do you like making those things, or is it a major pain in the butt making a music video?
They're fun. We've done the two music videos that we have. One with Try to Fight It, the other with My Addiction. They were done by Adam Shoemaker from Indiana, and he's that guy's phenomenal. He's a brilliant mind to work with, and he's so quick, and he has like a really good vision on how he wants things to happen, and it's really fun working with him. If you go back and you watch the music video, it kind of looks like we're in this big dark area, but all the around us is just black garbage bags, and they're ripped open, and we were in a barn, and of course you can't see that, but that was the scene that we shot it in, and we just ripped holes all in it, put lights behind it, and they blew smoke in our face for about 4 hours. It's fun though. It's always fun because it's a different side that we get to play in. It's a little bit of acting with music, so it's a little more fun.
Watching the little videos you guys put up all the time. I saw one the other day with you driving and scaring your passenger half to death, and they're really funny. And I kind of wondered, if you would do some kind of a spoof or a skit in a music video. Have you ever thought about doing like a reality show or something like that? Because you guys would fit right in, man.
No, we haven't thought about that. we've joked about it, but if you go on our YouTube page, there's actually like 10-minute videos of like a tour diaries that we went through when we very first started touring, and I go back to those things all the time because they're hilarious, and I forgot like how dumb we really are. But yeah, we videotape each other doing stupid stuff all the time.
And they're all very entertaining, and definitely check them out, man, because I just had a good time. Even prepping for this, I'd seen him before, but going back and rewatching with the crawfish and scaring him with the seatbelt off and all that stuff's a good time. So, hey, you guys really do live on the road. I mean, what is it, about 200 shows a year for you guys, something along that line. Less. So you've humbly invited us into your bus here. What's the most important feature on a tour bus?
A bed. And that sounds pretty basic, but we used to tour in a Suburban when we first started, and that's extremely difficult. If you could just imagine going, if you're going on a vacation, you're sitting in your vehicle for like 6 to 8 hours, wherever you're traveling to, and you get out and you're just like, golly, finally I'm here. Well, I mean, if you could imagine, you would have to do that every day for 2 months, and then turn around and go home for a week and do it again. Like you sit crouched up all the time. If you could lay down and actually sleep for a little bit longer, the bus makes all the difference for the entire tour.
Makes a lot of sense. Now, I know you guys do hundreds of shows a year here in the U.S. Have you been outside the U.S. yet? Have you guys played outside the States?
We haven't. We haven't been outside the U.S. I'm kind of scared to get my passport. I'm not sure that I'd clear for it, or if another country found out that I was coming, that they would even let me in. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, we've talked about Europe a lot recently, and that may be in something that comes in the near future.
This is a really cool tour you're out with on Saving Abel now. So what comes next after that? Are you going to continue on another tour? Are you working on a new EP or new music right now? What do you guys got in the works?
We're always working on new music. We're always in here writing, playing music. We're looking to put out a full length. And it's not going to be anytime soon, but that's what we're working on. We're going to tour for the rest of the year with there'll be other bands that we'll jump on with, and I'm not sure who those bands are yet. We're still working on booking and doing those things. So everything is constantly running. So that's pretty much what we got going on for the rest of the year, is continuing to write for an album and constantly touring.
Now, you mentioned writing here on the bus, so people typically think of bands going into a studio to somewhere, but I guess with As Often on Your Road, really the writing process happens right here?
Mm-hmm. Well, a writing process, at least for me, and I feel like I make it the same way for everyone else, or at least they do that for me, is it could happen now. You know what I mean? Someone could come in and they'd be like, okay, listen, I was just thinking, and this is a good riff, and let's put these lyrics to it, and let's bang out this song real quick. It could just spawn up anywhere. We could be at a picnic table and it happens there. We've written songs in the weirdest places. It's all about the vibe, all about good vibes.
Well, listen, it's been great getting to talk to you again. We love the band, man. I know you guys are a hard-working band. I have such respect for all you guys that play, over 200 shows a year. It's got to be a tougher thing. What's the biggest misconception about being on the road, by the way, that people have?
I don't know. They're all kind of a little spot on sometimes. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll is by far the oddest motto, because as far as my experience for touring, you don't shower a whole lot, so you stink, and I don't know who wants to have sex with this big sweaty stinky person, and
at least you got the rock and roll part.
Yeah, you got rock and roll. The drugs. I don't know anyone who can possibly run a business and do drugs all the time. So, like, sex and drugs is not near of, I guess I assume, of what it used to be. It's not like that anymore. Like I couldn't live. I'd already be dead.
Eric from Shallowside, everybody, man. Thanks for being on the show again. It's always great talking to you.
Absolutely.